Hey everybody, Nick here. Welcome back to the channel. You ever heard that phrase, the best things in life are free? Well, I think that is a complete and utter BS line. Because just everything in this life costs the paper. You know, it doesn't matter what you want to do. It doesn't matter what activity you want to do. It doesn't matter what you want to buy to have fun. It costs paper. And in return, it costs your time. Sure, some people have a lot of the paper and they don't have to spend their time because they have rich mommies and daddies to pay for everything that they need. But nothing in this world, in this life, is free. And I think the things that they say that are the best things in life for free are like, nature, watching your children play. That costs too, because guess what? Your kids are there playing. You're definitely paying for that somehow. This system, is built on having the paper. You can't have any fun or go anywhere without having the paper. And I often think about those who are just working just to get by, don't have extra money for, cool things, or to go out and have a good time somewhere. It's really, really disheartening when you just have to work your whole life just to pay for the essentials. And there's a lot of people in that category. A majority of people are in that category. A lot of people don't want to admit that, but you get the southern US, for example, they have barely anything. They're living in like trailer parks and things like that. Not the whole South, of course, but the poorest part of the United States is in the South. But my point is, so many people will only get to do the free things, the best things in life. You can't do anything in this life without having the paper. And you can't get the paper without sacrificing your time. Or unless you come into some sort of inheritance, unless you win the lottery, which is a super long shot. You almost have a better chance of getting hit by a bolt of lightning than winning the lottery. Even going just to the mall, to the food court to have a lunch of some sort, you have to spend it's $20, $25, something like that for a little dinky meal. It's just, everything's getting crazy. And then you see these insane politicians who think that they're doing the service of the people. They're helping the people. Puts tariffs on products of neighboring countries. What kind of person does that? Who suffers? The people. 25% tariff on goods and services and things like that. It's gonna jack up price on things. Who's gonna feel the pain? The people, the worker, the person who sacrifices their time to bleed sweat and tears just so they can survive. And they are always the ones getting shafted. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter. So if you don't have the paper in this life, you can't have any fun. You just can't. That's the truth. You can't buy something that, you can use, like a camera. You can't. Everything's just expensive as it is. You're working and you're getting barely paid anything. Best things in life are free. What things are free that are the best things in life are the most expensive? Let's be honest. And I hate to do it on like a materialistic spin, but I mean, for example, to live in a decent house, it's expensive as hell. You know? Best things in life are free. Okay, I don't agree. I don't disagree that, nature and these things, are wonderful. But it's not key to survive. Like, I mean, it's not going to allow you to survive unless you have the paper. It always comes back to the paper. Money, dinero, you know? You don't have it, you're not having very much fun in this life. I don't care what anybody says. What if you want to travel? Paper. You go from let's say you're flying from the US to Mexico, or no, let's say further. Let's say Europe. From US to Europe. How much is it going to cost you? At least $1,000, return ticket. That's $1,000. It's not a little bit of money for people who don't make a lot of money. Even things like going to the coffee shop, it adds up. A coffee's like at Starbucks, whoever, I think it's insane to pay $3 or whatever the hell it is for a coffee. Just everything costs money. You want to have fun, you want to go out with people, you gotta have the paper. You want to buy some new shoes, gotta have the paper. So this notion that the best things in life are free, that's just someone who's broke, okay, that says that. This is just keeping it real, guys. I read somewhere else that it's like falling in love is free. Going fishing is free. No, it's not. None of them are. You got to buy the poles. You got to have the boat to go fishing, unless you're doing the, walking around with those big boots on. Falling in love? Yeah, it's free at the beginning until this person starts demanding that you have to pay for everything. You're the bread earner, It costs one way or another, the paper. One way or another, you're going to be paying for something if you want to enjoy this life, if you want to have fun. Everything you do revolves around the paper. You want to start a business, you have to have the initial money to start it up. You can't just pull it out of thin air. Even if you borrow the money, that's still the same shit. You want to eat healthy, it's going to cost you more. Healthy food these days is through the roof. Like real organic foods. Even fast food now is just ridiculously priced. You're paying to poison yourself. It's just so ridiculous. Best things in life are not free. You want to go, I don't know, camping or whatever. You got to pay. You got to pay for the tents. You got to pay for the area, that you're going to be camping on. Sometimes they charge a fee to go in. There's always fees. There's always admission fees. There's always, administrative fees. Fees up the wazoo. You're always having to pay the paper. Hardly anything is free anymore in this life. I joked the other day with somebody, it's like soon the air you're going to have to pay to breathe. You don't have the paper, you can't do very much in this life. You can't. And all people really want to do is pay their bills, and have some money left over. Be able to live a decent life. A life with dignity, you know. People's dignity has been robbed from them because they have no choice but to work for the paper. And even that, you can't even pay the very basics, most people. And it's getting worse and worse. A lot of people can't even have a good time because they're worried about bills, worried about having that paper to pay for just the basics. And that's how it is. That's how this life is. I mean, in the Western countries like Canada, US, UK, Europe, that's how it is. The rest of the world, well, not the rest of the world, but many other countries, it's far worse. They're just trying to survive even in the shittiest conditions. Tell me what they're having that's free, the best that's free for them. They would give looking at the sunset for a bag of rice and some food, other foods. You know, it's complete utter nonsense. And of course the people who, the haves will never really question it, because unless they become the have-nots, that's always how it is. You won't really question it until you start feeling the pain of having nothing. That's human behavior for you. I mean, I'm not a broke-ass motherfucker, but I at least still look around the world and I see what's going on. You know, I speak the truth of what I see, even if people don't like it. So, anyways, let me know what you think. What do you think are the best things in life that are free? And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video very soon. Bye for now.